Hello and welcome to this special edition of Vantage. We are coming to you from Bari in southern Italy. In just a day, world leaders will be coming here for the G7 summit. It's a truly charming setting. Good weather, great food and a beautiful coastline. What's not to like? But behind the picturesque views, there are two things central to this region: pasta and mafia. I know it sounds cliched, but these contrasting elements are a part of life in Bari. So we decided to look at both. First, we delve into Italy's pasta crisis, how a staple food caused national upheaval due to soaring prices, and what has the government done to reverse it. After that, we shift focus to the darker side of Puglia, the mafia's influence in the region. Will their shadowy presence affect the G7 summit? Plus, what do the preparations look like? How much does it cost to host a summit like this? And while the guest list may be diverse, the G7 leaders have a lot to deal with, a lot of common issues, from the Ukraine war to tensions with China. Will they use Russian assets to provide aid to Ukraine? Can India help the G7 counter Beijing? All this and more coming up on the show tonight. But first, the headlines.
Mahatma Gandhi's statue in Milan vandalized by Khalistani extremists. The incident took place hours after its inauguration. India has raised the issue with Italian officials. It comes just days ahead of the G7 summit in Italy, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also attending. Hezbollah rains rockets on Israel. It's in response to an Israeli airstrike which killed one of its commanders in South Lebanon on Tuesday. Iran-backed Hezbollah has traded cross-border fire with the Israeli army almost daily since the Gaza war began in October. At least 41 people killed and dozens injured in a fire at a residential building in Kuwait, many Indians among the casualties. Prime Minister Narendra Modi condoles the deaths and assures assistance to the injured. The building's owner has been detained. The area where the fire started is heavily populated with foreign workers. In India, Chandrababu Naidu sworn in as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. This is the fourth time that the TDP chief will be serving as the Chief Minister of the state. Ally and Janasena chief Pawan Kalyan to be Naidu's deputy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and several union ministers attended the oath-taking ceremony. And South Korean ramen is too hot to handle for Denmark. Copenhagen recalls several spicy ramen noodle products made by a South Korean company. Claims the levels of chili pepper extract in these products could poison consumers. But the Korean ramen maker says their food is safe for consumption.
Fan of Italy's famous cuisine? Well, we are serving it with a side of diplomacy. As the G7 leaders gather in southern Italy, Vantage is taking you to the heart of the action. What's the agenda? Who is invited? And how is Italy preparing for it? Catch the special edition of Vantage throughout this week, only on Firstpost. Fan of Italy's famous cuisine? Well, we are serving it with a side of diplomacy. As G7 leaders gather in southern Italy, Vantage is taking you to the heart of the action. What's the agenda? Who is invited? And how is Italy preparing for it? Catch the special edition of Vantage throughout this week, only on Firstpost.